Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Bees. I'm a wife, a mom, a military veteran, a certified personal trainer, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by the reps. Those tactics we're going to talk about. Dare I call them manipulation? But before I get into any of that and say hello to you guys that are watching live, let me run my disclaimer just so I don't forget. You already know. You know what is coming. I see some of you have your Dr. Pepper in the comments, and I love that so much. Not sponsored, but wouldn't mind. Would not mind. Also, thank you for the compliments on my hair. Today, as I was doing it, it was, we listen and we don't judge. Blow dry it, spray it. It is what it is. So we're going to do ASMR because I've been waiting to open this. Hello, everybody. And if you are not into ASMR, just turn the volume down. Yeah. If you're a member, you have an emote, a bubbles emote that you can use. And we're going to rate this 1 through 10. 1 being like, 10 being like, she's extra crispy today. Like I'm hoping my commentary will be. Okay, let's go. Let me know. Yeah, this is, appreciate you guys. Welcome back, Wendy. We have a new member. So you know what that means. It is not shoulder day. It's actually, I'm in the middle of a deload. We can talk about that if you want to. But first, it's a vibe. Appreciate you so much, Wendy, and welcome back. The real hairdos were the friends we met along the way. That's funny. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It is messy, and I just blow dried it, and here we are. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about messy Melton. A Melton meltdown. What did y'all think of the thumbnail? Luna? Yeah, get in on this. Okay. What? Got it. Luna has some feelings about it. 8.5, 9, 8.5, 9.8. Wow, we are starting off crispy. Thank you for being a member for 7 months. Appreciate you, Caitlin. Hey, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Liz, thank you so much for being a member for 1 month, celebrating 1 month in the chat. How fun. And shout out to the replay crew. I appreciate you guys. Before we jump into this, I have to ruin my hair and put my headphones on, but that's okay. That's okay. I know Lena, what? Luna wants to tell you all of the tea. She really does. Okay, shall we do this? Have you guys liked the stream yet? Thank you so much. That's so nice of you.
Oh my God.
Indeed. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's go, Mets. I appreciate you. And Lizzie, it's been a blast. I love that. Why are these not coming on? Hello? I'm glad it's been a blast. Can I please get these connected? Okay. Michelle, thank you. We have a new member. Appreciate you so much. Are these not going to work? Because that's not going to work for me. This is a good live to get early for. Yes. And I hope you guys want to share this out. Jen, thank you. What do you guys think? This has nothing to do with the live. With the hair tucked behind the ear, Mia tells me, but what do y'all think? I need these headphones to work. Oh, I know. Well, anyways, I'm going to play the video. We're going to get this thing started. I may have to put these back in their carrier to reset them. Sometimes they do that. This is just how it is. This one goes under, this one goes out. The ear tuck, yes, it's surfing mullet. I'm not mad at that. To come from a pixie. Oh, thanks, Kitty Chat. I appreciate you. That's so nice. Let's make sure it's not connected to that. And then we'll get started. If your Bluetooth, what? My Bluetooth is not turned off. Is it going to connect? We'll see. Anyways, what we have today is John Melton. And I believe he did this video the last day of the month in February. I must say I've never seen him this unhinged. Don't get me wrong. I've seen him unhinged, just not to this extent. So we are going to watch it together and would love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, let's do this thing.
Action! What's up? John Melton coming to you live with MyLifestyleAcademy.com. If you are a replay viewer.
Is there no sound on your end? What is happening? Can y'all hear him? He's in mode air, by the way.
Drop into the comments.
Why is there? Oh, you can hear you. Okay, what's weird is y'all can hear him. I can't hear him.
And let me know when you're watching the replay.
Oh, he's loud. Turn him down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to hit the refresh button. Don't go anywhere. Apparently, it's my turn for technical difficulties. Cross your fingers. Thanks for the compliments. I appreciate you guys. Okay. Not sure what is going on here. Let's try this again.
Action! What's up?
That tells me there's something going on with my speakers.
John Melton coming to you live with MyLifestyleAcademy.com.
I can hear him now. All right. The joys of content creation.
If you are a replay viewer, drop into the comments and let me know when you're watching the replay. I'm curious and I'm really excited, really fired up. I'm going to try to behave myself.
My headphones are not working. So if it's echoing or something weird like that, let me know. If it is, I apologize. I'm going to work on my headphones a little bit, but we'll see.
Myself. Sometimes that's difficult. You know, I can't help but speak the truth. And today I might.
Right, John. So already we're starting this off with what I want to call an MLM hype hook. This is a perfect pause story too. Drop your pause stories in the comments. I'll highlight the funniest ones. I'm really excited. I'm fired up. And I feel like this is I don't want to say it's necessary. Well, I guess it is kind of love bombing, you know, like high energy, fast talking, over the top enthusiasm. And what he's doing here, in my opinion, is he's trying to hook the audience before he drops the sales pitch. Make no mistake about it. The reason that he's doing this is to recruit. He's not here to educate. He's here to sell you on his business, whether it's his MLM coaching, which that's embarrassing, or him being a part of Mode Air, which is also embarrassing because people are leaving. His paycheck is dropping. Corporate staff is leaving. They're about to roll out a bunch of white label products, and they're probably going to spin it like, oh, you know, if a company isn't rolling out a bunch of new products, are they really successful? Mode Air, your ship is sinking, and we all know it. Go ahead and release those white label products that we know are coming. What is it? 8 to 10 white label products or something like that? Come on. Pause story. Trust me, bro. New member, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that. You have to get the hands into it, you know? This is funny. Pause story. Trust me, bro. Let me mansplain this to you. And indeed he is. Yikes. Snort, you have to say you speak the truth. You are in fact speaking. You are not, in fact, excuse me, that's my fault. Not, in fact, speaking the truth. I will stand on that hill. Indeed. Indeed, I agree. Yeah. Jazz hands. Mode Air will become Mode Just Air soon. Oh my God, Marie, thank you so much. Welcome to all of the new members. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Welcome to the new members. Make sure that you check out the post section. It used to be the community tab on YouTube, and you can check out the Discord link. And thank you for the compliments of my hair. Appreciate y'all.
I'd say some things that upset you, but don't worry. It's good. It's good. Why? Because the only way to get better and make proper improvements is to have awareness. You need awareness of what's wrong, what's right, what's working, what's not working. So I'm going to give you some tips, some feedback, some insights, some opinions. All right, it's just opinions.
Okay.
Some of these things, you know, in my opinion, are facts. But you might say,
not the gaslighting. Oh my God, this pause story. John, thank you for making such incredible facial expressions. As somebody that makes a lot of really intense facial expressions, I appreciate it so much. I feel like this is gaslighting. I feel like he's mixing opinion with misleading facts to sound credible. If called out, he'll say things like, oh, it's just my opinion. If you agree with him, then suddenly it's a fact. Classic MLM defense, in my opinion. In my opinion, until you get recruited, lose money, and they hit you with the, well, I never promised that you would be successful. I never promised that you would, you know, make money. Okay, John. All right.
well, I don't agree with that. And that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to agree with me, but guess what? You're watching my video. So I'm going to share my thoughts and my opinions. And I always try to keep
Same, John. Same.
things professional and do my best job to be diplomatic, if you will. But at the same time, there are some red flags in MLM you need to avoid. And
yeah, and you're one of them. You, John Melton, and Nadia, your wife, y'all are walking red flags, in my opinion. Oh, God, DC, thank you. I appreciate you. I was having major technical difficulties. The headphones are not headphoning, and we're just rolling with it. So thank you so much. I appreciate you.
And I think some of this is obvious if you follow me. Some of the things I'm going to say, you're going to be like, well, yeah, that makes sense, John. That's why you teach the things you teach. That's why you do.
If you take screenshots, members, if you take screenshots of the pause stories, just the screenshots of his picture or whatever, I will do that. Yes, I will do that.
The things you do. But at the same time, some of it you might be like, oh, I never thought about that. I never looked into that. I should consider this. So let me know how long you've been in MLM, direct sales, network marketing, how long you've had a home-based business. How many companies have you been in? I'm curious. Just wondering. I'm on my 4th.
I was in 6 companies, and I've seen a couple of comments recently that have asked what companies I was a part of. So what better time than to talk about that now? I started in Slumber Parties. Slumber Parties was bought out by Pure Romance. I was in Arbonne for a very short period of time. Then I joined Love Winks. Then I joined Modere, and then I joined Prove It. And I got out of MLM altogether in 2021. And it's been quite the ride. So in case you've ever wondered what companies I was a part of, those are the companies I was a part of, not all at one time, over 13 and a half years.
4th. Been here 10 years. First company got shut down. Last company got shut down. So
Sounds like a theme. If the first company got shut down, was it shut down for being a pyramid scheme? And the second company, was it also shut down for being a pyramid scheme, John? John?
I know a thing or two about a thing or two in regards to this profession. And here's the thing. I had some major MLM PTSD. Wait.
Oh, do you? You did, didn't you? MLM PTSD is not a thing, and it's a slap in the face to people that have to deal with PTSD on a daily basis, and that's absolutely vile. Absolutely vile.
Because my last company was shut down by the FTC, and that sucked. To lose an income just like that, not fun. Not fun, not good. It was a pyramid scheme, they said. And, I didn't totally agree with them.
It doesn't matter if you agree with them or not. They shut it down because it was a pyramid scheme. This is an interesting admission of guilt. His company was legally declared, from the sounds of it, a pyramid scheme, and he still is not accepting it. That's so wild to me. I glitched there. The FTC doesn't shut down legit businesses, only fraudulent pyramid schemes. Trying to play the victim when he was a part of the predatory business model that was shut down for being a predatory business model is so wild. But let me get this straight, John. You were in a company that got shut down for being a pyramid scheme, but now we should trust you because this MLM is different. Make it make sense, John.
But I have to admit, there was a lot of emphasis on recruiting, a lot of emphasis on building a team, two, they get two. There wasn't a lot of emphasis on customers. So that was a mistake. And you know what?
So it was a pyramid scheme. Got it.
I think in many ways, when that happened to Vimo, when they got shut down with the FTC, it actually made the industry better.
What?
In some regard, because companies started to realize, like, we better focus on getting customers. Same thing when Herbalife got in a lot of trouble, right? I think they're required to have like 50% of their revenue come from customers. And then I was also with a company that tried to sue us for $2.5 million. Yeah, that's right. Not for leaving, by the way, but for cross recruiting. And listen, looking back, I mean, I did cross recruit people, but it's not like I put a gun to their head. They came to me. They came to me because they were dissatisfied. They were unhappy. And by the way, if I reached out to any one of your upline leaders.
Hey, John, just a quick question. Why is it that Eric Worre did not allow you to speak on stage for a period of time? Why is that? Oh, I know. Probably because you are known for cross recruiting. You are known for bridge contracts. We're going to get into that because he actually brings it up, which is fascinating to me. Fascinating.
And I said, hey, I want to join your team. Do you think any of them would turn me away? No. Every single one of them would enroll me for show.
Why are you talking like that? You're white.
So, at the end of the day, it was what it was. I learned a lot about lawsuits.
Lawsuits. Speaking of lawsuits. Remember in Justin Prince's lawsuit, I have the paperwork. I should have grabbed it ahead of time where John says, is anybody else's, I think he said team volume down by at least 25%. And that was going on 2 years ago? Maybe even 3. Since then, there's been a mass exodus from Modere. Unfortunately, many of them are going to Make Wellness. However, they're also losing corporate employees. Some are going to Make Wellness. Some are going to Amare. Weird.
And about how companies can be super nasty. It's sad when you make someone so much money, or you make an organization or a company so much money, and they do that. But at the same time, they got to protect their business or whatever. The fact of the matter is there's red flags you need to pay attention to. There's red flags that you should not ignore. Like, let me give you an example.
We don't need an example. You should put a red flag on the back of your bookcase. Although I do appreciate that he doesn't have the same white background that he's had since like 2007. I mean, so at least there's that.
And again, you can take it for what it's worth. Maybe you get mad and you watch this and you're like, John, whatever, I can't believe you're saying this. But you might also say, light bulb moment. maybe we need to talk to our company and we need to do the things John's recommending, because I'm sharing things that could also help you in your business. I can tell you what we've done the last 10 years, teaching people how to build a business online, teaching people how to acquire
If he says ATM, I swear to God.
customers, build a brand, build a list, attraction marketing, curiosity marketing, the ATM system, the list goes on and on.
The ATM
You sit on a
system.
throne of lies.
Please stop it.
Inconceivable.
Please stop it.
Most of y'all companies, most of your companies,
Oh, you loved that? Thank you so much. That was all Ava. Shout out to my editor, Ava. She's amazing. If you guys don't subscribe to her channel, you should for sure check her out. Hey, Lushy.
companies are having success because of what they've copied from us. So
Oh.
you should actually be happy that I share what I share, because I could easily just keep it all a secret. So one of the
Oh my God. So these are yet more manipulation tactics. These are not real sales techniques, but he's saying when he says something like, we teach people attraction marketing, ATM, curiosity marketing, attraction marketing vaguely flex success to lure people in. Curiosity marketing, don't say the product name so people DM you first. ATM system, add tag message, trap people in group chats and Facebook groups to be tagged in anything and everything under the sun for, high pressure tactics or using high pressure tactics. If a product were truly that good, you wouldn't need vague, deceptive marketing. If you can't say the company name because people will immediately Google it and find bad reviews, that's probably a sign, babes. Probably a sign,
things that's a red flag is if a company doesn't have a leaderboard for top sellers, people that are actually selling the product to a consumer. I mean, I see these people, they join these companies. And so I'm always a curious person. I like to look companies up. So if there's a lot of hype around a company, like all these people are going to this company, which is always funny because it's still a teeny tiny amount. Do you guys realize how many companies are in the industry? It's like thousands all over the world, maybe hundreds in your particular country. Let's just say there's, 900 in North America. I don't know maybe it's 200, maybe it's 600. I don't know. There's a lot of companies, right? There's a lot of companies. The fact of the matter, and there's some of them you've never even heard of. They're so under the radar and so small. But at the end of the day, this is something that should be obvious. But when I see a bunch of people go into a company and I see there's a lot of hype, I look up the comp plan, I look up the model, I look at what's going on. And if there's no leaderboard showing you who's actually selling the product, that's a red flag. Why? Because shouldn't there be recognition around the people that are actually producing results? And what I mean is not a leaderboard of the top income earners, not a leaderboard of who's recruiting the most. That is cool. You could have that for sure. You should recognize the people that are recruiting and leading by example and building teams, because at the end of the day, the people that are selling the products are recruited by someone else, right? So I don't sell a ton of product, but I have people on my team that
whatever you're typing right now, because of this pause story, delete it. I know, you know who I'm talking to. Don't do it. Did he just admit, oh, I don't have a lot of customers, but my team does? Exactly, John. Here you are ranting and raving about a leaderboard based on customer sales, and you yourself claim that you don't have a lot of customer sales, but your team does. It's almost like that's the entire point, my guy. Sarah, I'm not.
I have people on my team that will sell more product in 1 month than I will sell all year. That's
Well, then try harder, John.
insane. So, with that being said, if there is not a leaderboard showing you who is selling the most product, it's a red flag. Why? Because where's the revenue coming from? 85% of our revenue comes from customers. And I know other companies that are just as high.
Oh, really? Let's see the proof. Because what I know is that people like John say this all the time. They'll throw out these extravagant numbers saying that the majority of their revenue comes from customers, but do they ever show the proof? No. They don't release customer data because most purchases come from the distributors who are forced to buy products to stay active, or forced, in my opinion, whether it's through undue influence or just saying, hey, this is how we do things over here. However that is worded to them, having ghost accounts, signing their spouse up, signing an account up under their child's name or under their pets' names. And here's a little fact check. 50%, according to the FTC, 50%, more than 50% of sales comes from distributors. If that happens, that is a pyramid scheme. So I would love to see the Carfax on this 85%, because for many, many years, Modair has said, oh, we have a 1 to 10 distributor or social marketer to customer ratio. And in a span of probably 5 or 6 years, that never changed. That's not real life. They never show the facts. And if this were true, why does John spend the majority of his video that we've watched so far talking about recruiting? John, if 85% of your revenue comes from customers, why does this entire rant sound like some kind of a recruiting pitch?
I have friends of mine, they're like, yeah, 80% of our revenue comes from customers, 60%, 70%. It should be at least over 50%. Now, that might be confusing for some of you because you're like, well, where's the rest of the revenue come from? From the downline.
And the smile when he says it. One moment. Hey, babe.
Where the hell is the cheese grater?
It's in the cabinet, I believe, to the left of the fridge at the very top.
I believe you're wrong.
Okay, well, if it's not there, I'm not really sure, babe.
If most of the revenue is coming from the downline, all you have to do is watch a business presentation too.
Or listen to a 41-minute rant from somebody that's in the top ranks of the company talking about red flags when he's a walking red flag. Weird how that happens, isn't it?
If you really want to see what the angle is, what the pitch is, just watch a presentation video. And if in the presentation video, all they're talking about is recruiting recruiters to recruit recruiters, they're talking about the downline structure and the compensation, it's like, cool. And they might talk about the product, but it's like, how much money do you make selling the product? And then you got to see the leaderboard, because some companies will be like, we pay 50%. Then you find out it's only 50% on the first order.
It's really interesting that he's spending so much emphasis on the leaderboard, because I remember not that long ago being sent a screenshot of John and Nadia Melton having multiple positions in the leaderboard, when that goes against Modair's own policies. And I know that they teach people to have multiple positions. And I know Tony and Sarah Zalecki, come to the front. I'm talking to you. Tony, that's trying to act like, oh, LOL, that's so funny, Aaron. You want us to think you're unbothered, and I know you're not. I know you're panicking. Yeah. Weird how allegedly Sarah and Tony Zalecki, I don't know how the downline structure is set up, but I think they're in the same downline or something. I don't know. Anyways, weird how Sarah and Tony Zalecki oftentimes, allegedly, of course, will buy business centers from leaders that are leaving to other companies or getting out of MLM. And then they will use that to entice somebody to come back. And then all of a sudden you see these new rank advancements to elite, which is one of the ranks in Modair, and they just rejoin the company. That's so weird how that happens. It's almost like they're bribing people to join the downline again and saying, hey, here's this established downline. We'll put you at the top of it. This is the money that you'll be making. You just have to come back. Allegedly, of course.
But what about reorders? Like, oh, like how about a company that says we pay on the dollar? But if I see someone that gets paid on the dollar and they're only selling $1,000 a month.
Oh, I forgot what I was saying. Did you guys see my Instagram stories? By the way, do y'all follow me on Instagram at The Real Beast Mode? You should check it out. I do have a lot of fun in my stories. It's one of my favorite things. Yesterday, I was sent screenshots of a copy and paste message that Tony Zalecki clearly is going through his back office and running reports of people that have left the company. He's finding them on social media, sending a random message, many of which have never talked to him. And he's sending a message that says, let me get the screenshot. One moment, please, while we are discussing this. The message says, and by the way, how do I know that he sent this to multiple people? Because I talked to multiple people that got the same message. Weird, right? How that happens. Anyways, Tony said, where is it? Tony. I should have put the Jeopardy music on. Okay, this was before that. Oh, wait. We're getting closer. Oh, here it is. Okay. Hey, insert name. It's been a while. And keep in mind, guys, they have never talked to him. There's no history in the message. These people are like, I've never talked to him. They have never, drop some red flags in the comments. It's been a while. Wanted to see how you're doing. What's been a big win for you recently? Yeah. So anyways, I shared that in my story. I blurred out the name and the time that this message was sent just to make it more difficult for Tony and to protect the people that sent that to me. And Tony's response was LOL. Tony, now you want us to think you're unbothered, but I know you are bothered. Yeah. Why? Because I have people in your downline telling me, have the day you deserve.
Something product. Okay, so they're selling $1,000 and they're getting 50% only on the first order. They're making $500 on the first order. That's a behavioral problem. What do you mean, John? Well, if you're only making money on the first order and tiny percentages on reorders, what do you think that person's going to focus on? They're going to focus on just selling to new customers. They're not going to care about maintaining a customer base and actually building a residual income. That's a problem, number one. Number two, if they're paying 50% on the dollar and they're only making $500 and that's the top person, just hear me for a second. If that's the top person or one of the top people, but they're only making $500, I would rather have people making a lot more money. I don't care if they're getting paid on points. I don't care what the percentages are. None of that actually matters. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? If someone is making 50%, but they're only making $500, and this person's making 36%, but they're making $5,000, you tell me what's better. Is 36% or 50% better? Well, John, 50% is better. True, but the top person is only making $500 off 50%, while over here, this person's getting paid 36%, lower percentage, but they're making way more money. Why? Because their products are more appealing to a customer. They're selling more products because customers want the products. They don't care about the comp plan. If the only people buying the product or the service are the people in the comp plan, that is a major red flag.
John, you are a major red flag. I was hoping it would make more of a sound. John, are you okay? By the way, this is from Adriana Nicole Cosmetics. It's a lip gloss called Go Getter. I love it. I love her brand, AdrianaNicoleCosmetics.com. Use the code AaronBees, all one word, if you would like to save a little bit of money on orders $25 or more. That's an affiliate code, so I do make a small commission if you use my code. Hello.
Did you get asparagus?
Yeah.
I don't see it anywhere.
It's in the vegetable crisper.
Do we have to use it?
Oh, you're not making all of dinner. I just needed you to marinate the chicken.
It's in the marinade recipe.
Oh, you don't have to do all that. I'll do the vegetables and stuff and cook everything when I'm out. I just needed you to.
I don't do asparagus.
Oh, yeah. Just
Okay.
thank you. I just needed you to marinate the chicken. Thank you. You just ordered some for eyeshadow. What'd you get? The eyeshadow is from the I Am Everything palette today. I don't remember which color. It's the green one. That's what I have on.
If the product doesn't stand alone, where people would buy it just to use it outside of the compensation, that's a red flag. This should be obvious. Because here's the thing, guys. Hype doesn't last. These companies that are growing right now will be it'll be different companies growing a year from now, 2 years from now, meaning different companies are always popping off
The palette is amazing.
because they're grabbing leaders and grabbing leaders from other companies. Listen, it's awesome. I mean, sometimes it sucks because you might say, oh, I lost a leader on my team. But if you were to get a leader, let me say it like this. If I joined your team, you'd be very excited. If I stole somebody from your team, you'd be very upset. So the point is, you can't be a hypocrite. You can't get mad when people leave your team to go somewhere else, because you'd probably be pretty excited if someone joined your team. And look, at the end of the day, if someone's not happy, why?
Remember when there was an email going around that had I believe it was called a sales performance contract. I don't think the email addressed it as a bridge contract, even though that's what it was. And John Melton's name was on the email. John Melton, Jesse Lee Ward. Weird, right? Weird.
Would you want someone in your organization if they're not happy? If they want to go somewhere else, let them go somewhere else. But they also have to do it ethically, right? If they're trying to cash a check here while they're cross-recruiting people to go over there, like that was the one thing that annoyed me. When I left my company, I wasn't trying to keep my check. I only brought over my own team, then I resigned. I was like,
You just admitted to cross-recruiting, which you said seconds ago was not okay. You brought over your team from the previous company and then you resigned. John, you are notorious for this. It's not a compliment.
I'm done. I got my own team. These are my people. They don't know anybody else. They don't work with anyone else. They work with me and Nadia. And then, long story short, then our good old upline started trying to get the company to target us because we were cross-recruiting. But these people came to us. They came to us. So with that being said, here's another red flag. When the leaders are too big to help people, you got to be.
You know what's weird? Weird is the word of the week. My Instagram reel and my TikTok I put up yesterday about Eric Carraway and all of that, weird, right? John sitting here acting like, oh, I don't cross-recruit, but if people want to leave, you should let them go. Meanwhile, when a bunch of people left for Make Wellness, he sure had something to say about it on his Facebook. He sure was posting different graphics and things, acting real salty, like they all do, along with Sarah and Tony Zalecki. Oh, but let people go. If they don't want to be a part of it, let them go. Right, John. Right.
Very careful. Your ego ain't your amigo.
Your ego ain't your amigo. Look in the mirror, John. Look in the mirror.
You know how special it is to have leaders that respond to messages, that are available for team trainings. They do leadership retreats. They show up to events. They come early. They stay late. They take pictures. They spend time talking to people. They look people in the eye. They're willing to hop on a Facebook Live. They're willing to hop on a Zoom. They, hop into prospect chats, team chats. They respond to messages. Even if it's someone that's been around for 3 years and brings nothing to the table. Now, that sounds terrible. But you know what I'm saying? Like, someone's been in for 3 years. They hardly do anything. They don't do much. They don't, produce much volume. But guess what? That's still a human being on your team. Look, if you owned a gym and you had people that were paying the monthly subscription, they were paying for the membership, but they never came to the gym, would you call them up and be like, where are you? Now you might say, hey.
Not a fallacy, John. I expected more out of you. A false equivalence fallacy. If somebody is a gym owner and they're calling their members saying, hey, why aren't you showing up? What's happening? You're paying for this. That's weird. That would never happen. And comparing owning a gym to being a part of a multi-level marketing company, those are two very, very different things.
You should come on in. Like, I see you have a membership. We haven't seen you checked in the last 3 months. We'd hate for you to waste this opportunity because, we're getting into the spring and, you can get in great shape right now. Like, we'd love to give you a personal trainer for maybe a week to try it out, whatever. The point.
What do you mean? A personal trainer for maybe a week? What? Okay.
Point is, it's not bad to do that, but if you're like, I can't believe you're, paying every month and you don't show up to the gym, like, shame on you. You're gonna be like, ew, I'm canceling my gym membership. So you never want to make anyone feel bad, but I just think these little things are such a big deal, right? Having mentorship, having community, having leaders that are humble and available. And sure, listen, everyone.
Immediately, Humble started playing by Kendrick Lamar in my head. Sit down. Be humble. Yeah. John, sit down. I mean, I know you're sitting down, but like, you think you're humble? Okay.
Of us like top earners, like been around a while, we're going to have a little bit of a chip on our shoulder, right? We think we're pretty good at this, right? We're going to have some confidence, but there's a big difference in being cocky and confident, right? Having leaders that are there to help nurture relationships, mentor, support, like this is a big deal. And I never give up on anybody. And hopefully you have an upline like that. But again, this could be a big red flag, right? When the leaders start thinking they're too big or too busy to help the average person, or they only want to work with leaders. Good luck with that, because guess what? Leaders sometimes quit. And if you don't have a relationship with the people on the team that they were leading, those people are probably going to go with the leader because they don't know anybody else. There's no other relationships that have been established. You know, how about companies that they just teach you how to like pitch? They just teach you how to recruit. They just teach you how to like, you know, present the opportunity, but they don't teach you anything about marketing, right? It's network marketing, teaching people how to market, how to build a brand, build a list, generate leads, right? But by the way, you can't just rely on social media. I've always said this, but especially in 2025, you got to get back to like, you know, reaching out to people, hopping on calls, meeting people. Now you might say, well, I don't want to go do presentations in person. You don't have to do that. But like, what if you just got together like once a month in your local market with people on your team? How about you build a local team? Everybody should have a local team if they can. Build a local team. You get together once a month for like a happy hour or a lunch, you know, strategizing, brainstorming, masterminding, you know, like that can go such a long way. So many of you, you sit at home. You know, I get it. You got a full-time job, full-time business, but like if you never leave your house, you never go to an event, you never go to a leadership retreat, you never go to a company, like it's just going to be so hard to stay motivated. When someone says, "Oh, I'm feeling defeated, discouraged, you know, I'm burnt out." I'm like, "When's the last time you went to an event?" They're like, "Ugh, it's been a while." I'm like, "Well, there you go."
Nothing says motivation like an indoctrination event for a commercial cult. Oh my God.
The events are the ultimate.
I went to an event. I went to lots of events. I went to several Modere events. I saw what I needed to see. You know what I mean?
Battery charger. So if a company doesn't have events, obviously that's a problem, right? Obviously you need to develop people. By the way, the event should have actual training. You know, some events are just recognition and rah-rah. People hate that. Now, I shouldn't say people hate that, but people, they're not going to get as much out of it if it's just rah-rah training, right? Or just, you know, recognition and rah. It's got to actually have like some meat and potatoes, like teach me about the products. Teach me about the business, the compensation. That's another thing, by the way. A big red flag is compensation. Let me ask you this. How much money do you want to make? Let me know in the comments. How much money do you want to make in your compensation plan? Tell me in the comments. What I have found, especially people that watch my videos, they want to make 5, 10, 15, 20,000 a month or more one day. They want to build a team. They want to build an empire. Yeah? How many of you smash the heart button if that's what you want?
The way he said that makes me so uncomfortable. They want to build an empire. Sorry. It made me really uncomfortable. Ugh.
Then you need to look at the top ranks. Maybe not the tippity top, but at least like if you want to make 10 grand a month, do you know what rank you need to be to hit that? Do you know how much volume you have to do? As an example, in our comp plan, you make 10 to 36% on personal sales, and then you make 5 to 10% on your team. If a company says, "Oh, we pay out more than that,"
What is that face? Lushy, remember for 35 months, man, time sure does fly, doesn't it? This information was out of date longer before my membership was born. Get new training, sir. Yeah, agreed. Also, thanks for being a member. That's amazing. Especially for 35 months. Wow.
Okay.
What is that face?
Trust me when I tell you there's something not working there. There's something off. If a company's like, oh, we pay 20%, yeah, like on the inside leg if you have a power leg, or if you pay that much money, then your products are probably overpriced or super crappy, or nobody's making money selling the product, which means, okay, you're making a lot of money, but your whole team is broke. There's got to be a balance there. But
39 months? Time sure does fly. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Charlene. 34 months? Holy mother forking shirt balls. Let's go. Thanks for being members, guys. I appreciate y'all.
what I would do is I'd work backwards. I'd look at the top ranks. So I was looking at a comp plan this morning. The top ranks, you got to have like 10 legs. That is brutal. Brutal. Most people can't build 2 or 3 legs. So if you got to have 10 legs, that means it's super hard to hit a rank and even harder to maintain it, especially if it's a 50-50 ratio. Do you know what that means? That means if you have one big leg, you have to have 50% of your volume come from outside that leg. A good plan, in my opinion, is 60-40 or 70-30. Ours is 70-30. So, and of course you're going to go, oh, of course your plan, you're going to say your plan. I'm just saying, like, I looked at these things. These were things I considered. How about check matching? There's companies that don't do check matching. That's insane. Or they don't have a placement suite. That's insane.
28 months. Not too bad, LOL. Thanks, Elaine.
Insane, in my opinion. In 2025, you should have a placement suite, a holding tank, whatever you want to call it, where you can move people.
Imagine talking about people being in a holding tank on the internet in a recruiting Zoom where you're trying to villainize other MLM companies and make it seem like Modere is the best.
Around. You can reward your best people. You should have check matching.
What? What do you mean? You could reward your best people? You're going to reward your best people with people? Ew. These are human beings you're talking about.
You enrolled them. Why wouldn't you get... The company gets paid a percentage of their check, obviously. Why wouldn't you? But when a company has 6, 7, 8, 10 legs, I'm telling you, that is just way too hard. It's going to be so hard to hit a rank. You can have the volume, but you don't have the structure. So it's going to be so hard to hit a rank and even harder to maintain. And then some of these comp plans, they literally cut you off. You get cut off from compensation if someone hits the same rank as you.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Danielle. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thanks, Danielle, and welcome to the new member.
That was one of the reasons I left the company I was in years ago. Because literally, you were penalized if someone hit the same rank. How stupid is this? That's how that plan worked. You literally were penalized if someone hit the same rank. So dumb. You should get rewarded if you're helping develop leaders, especially when it's in multiple legs. So again, red flags. Because again, hype doesn't last. You're not just always going to grow. At some point, you will plateau and you will decline. This is called normal. This is like our company is going to hit $1 billion in annual sales. Not
with rolling out new white label products, John. I can't even say that without laughing. With people leaving, John. Okay. All right.
this year, not next year, but it will do. But it's going to look like this. It's the way it goes.
Bold of you to think Modere is going to be around for another couple years.
And by the way, you're never doing as good as you think or as bad as you think. It's somewhere in the middle. So the point is, you're not going to just, cross recruit or bring over leaders or bring over teams from other companies. I know that sounds cool. I've done it. I've probably recruited more leaders than any one of you, any one of your leaders. But because
I probably recruited more leaders than any one of you. John is notorious for using bridge contracts, aka paying top leaders to switch companies. They fly them in, they walk them through the warehouse, they meet the corporate staff, they wine and dine them. And if you don't know what a bridge contract is, it's basically a secret deal where high-ranking reps get paid upfront bonuses and automatic ranks to make it look like they're winning. So the example that I gave earlier when I was saying that Tony and Sarah Zalecki allegedly buy positions from leaders that are leaving, and then somebody else they're trying to get them back into Modere, and they're like, hey, I have this business center, we'll put you right in there. This is the money that you'll be making. And then all of a sudden you see these rank advancements. That happens 2 ways. One, if people like Tony and Sarah Zalecki put them into a spot like that. And then all of a sudden there's this rank advancement and people are like, wait a minute, they just joined, they just came back. And then they're on the leaderboards and people like John and Sarah and Tony are like, oh my God, look at this. This is amazing. They just came back and look, this is how we are thriving over here. Meanwhile, it was a business center, a downline, if you will. The leader left and they just simply put somebody else in that position. The other way that that happens is through bridge contracts, excuse me. And a leader from another company brings their team over into the new company, and that leader has a special deal put in place with their upline or the company, and they get paid upfront bonuses and they rank advance quickly because they're bringing over teams or a team from their previous company. That's how that works. It is all a facade. All of it.
They came to me, I built relationships, I built my brand, I do free content like this, and I've been a good human. And I've had people come back after leaving and coming back a year later, 6 months later, 12 years later, whatever.
Did they come back into a position that you purchased? Is that how you entice them to come back, John, into a failing multi-level marketing company?
Point is, be a good human, treat people well. Back to my point, you better have a way to work with normal people. What does that mean? That means you should have a system in place and support in place to help people that have never done this before or have done it and failed. You can't just rely on hype and growth and bringing people over from, like, we did it for years and years and years. It was cool, but we also knew that, like, there has to be a way for the average person to make money, by the way, without recruiting, without building a team. Give them recognition, give them a rank. Every company, in my opinion, should have recognition and ranks and leaderboards, all the things just around customer acquisition. If you can't make money just building a customer base, it's not a real business. I'll say it again, and I don't care if it pisses you off, because I speak the truth on my podcast. I speak the truth.
Was this a podcast? Because I thought this was a Facebook Live. I don't know. I just find it really, really interesting that the way that he presents himself is like he's attracting organically all these leaders, when I know that these people get paid through bridge contracts to come over. And it's all to try and make him and Modair look a certain type of way. That's not a business. I mean, MLM distributors don't own a business, but that is absolute bribery. So are you a good human? Are you a good leader? Or are you bribing people to join Modair? Because sounds to me like you're bribing people, allegedly, and in my opinion, of course.
When I go live, if I can't help a person make a full-time income without building a team, like they have to build it, it's not a real business. Think about this. If you got into insurance sales, do you have to recruit other agents?
Wow, interesting. Another fallacy. I'm so shocked that somebody in an MLM is using a fallacy, a false equivalence fallacy, to defend their MLM. I'm so shocked.
Agents to make money? If you sold cars for a living, do you have to recruit other car salespeople to make money? Real estate? Do I have to recruit other realtors to make a full-time income? If I sell solar, do I have to recruit other agents that sell solar? No. Now you might say, well, John, but an MLM, you do. No, you don't. You should build it.
Oh, you don't have to, but you should. This is such a weak argument. It is so manipulative. I can't even.
Team. You should leverage your time through the time and efforts of other people.
Oh,
You should, but you don't have to build a team to make money. I have people that make a full-time income just from personal sales. And you should.
And I bet it's a very small percentage of people in your downline. I bet that is an outlier if we're looking at the data.
You should want this. in your organization. You should encourage this. You should recognize people that are getting customers. Why? Because that's a real business. If the only people buying your products are the ones selling it, that's a problem. That's a red flag.
Says the guy that at the beginning of this said, I don't have a lot of customers, but my team does. Right.
The majority of your revenue should come from customers. I'll give you another example. My team, on a slow month, we might only bring in 200, 300 new people that join the team to make money.
What year are we talking about? Because I know it's not 2025. Probably not even 2024. What year are you talking about, John?
But we bring in 5,000 to 10,000 new customers every month. That's a real business. That's a good customer to rep ratio. Are you guys getting some value from this? Is this helping you when it comes to analyzing a comp plan? Look at the top ranks, work backwards. How many legs do you need? How much volume do you need? What are the requirements? And by the way,
This is giving the Sensi CEOs, I think it was the Sensi CEOs, where they were excluding specific, this past story, where they were excluding specific years. I think they excluded 2020 and maybe 2021. And I'm like, that's not how that works. You can't just not include years when you're looking at the data, the revenue, or whatever analytical data you're looking at. You can't just decide, oh, I'm not going to talk about these 2 years. No. When those are the very years that they talk about this explosive growth happening because of the panini and people being so desperate and so terrified that they were trying anything to make money from home if they lost their job at that time, you're just not going to include those years. That's what this is giving. This is giving, oh yeah, we do this much every single year. How come there's screenshots of your text message or your, maybe it was a group message, I don't remember, talking about revenue or whatever being down 25%. And there's only been more people leaving Modair since then. Weird.
need help, you can send me a message. I can try to help look at your comp plan. Some comp plans are like reading a foreign language. I think a comp plan should be based on volume. You should get paid when the company gets paid, in my opinion. Any of these companies that have these really complicated plans where a normal person wouldn't understand it, they don't understand what they're looking at or reading. Now, sure, I think in any MLM plan, it's going to be confusing when you look at the leg requirements and all that, but you should get paid when the company gets paid. The company gets paid on $1, you should get paid on $1. I was in a comp plan where that wasn't the case. You had to bring people in for $500. They bought nothing. They got nothing for $500. You didn't get paid on the $500.
That sounds like a Ponzi scheme. That sounds like it could also potentially be a pyramid scheme.
Selling air. That's how brainwashed we were. We weren't just drinking the Kool-Aid. We were bathing in it. So in that company, the only time you got paid is when you got someone qualified, and that was by them switching over their own services. I mean, I don't know how that company is still in business because I thought it was a giant pyramid scheme. That's why I left after 7 years. I stopped drinking the Kool-Aid. And I just saw someone else left that company that was there for over 30 years. And I'm sure they're already threatening him because that's how they do things. Isn't that nice? Just for leaving. So you got to look at the top ranks, see what it takes to make a full-time income. Can you make a full-time income without building a team? You know, how hard are the structure requirements? I don't think you should have any more than a 3-leg requirement to get to a 6-figure income. Just my opinion. What do I know? I've only been doing this 23 years.
Scamming.
You want to work with people that don't have an ego. They're actually available. They don't just say what you want to hear. They actually support you. They're teaching you marketing and branding. They're teaching you ChatGPT. They're teaching you how to build a customer base, how to retain customers. They're treating it like a real business. What a concept.
Except it's not a real business, John.
They do offline. If all you're doing is online, I'm telling you, in this day and age, if that's all you're doing, you will never build a long-term business. It's too hard to just build on social. You got to get out of your house. You got to have events. Like I said, whether it's a leadership retreat, a happy hour, a hangout, something in person, trainings, events. It's such a big deal because the people growing. So you need a company that is investing in events. Maybe they're launching new products. I think that's an obvious one. Most companies that are decent are launching new products.
Most companies that are decent are launching products. I can't wait to hear about their new, however many, I think it's like 8 to 10 or something like that, white label products that they're rolling out in this next week at their company event. I can't wait. Will we dive into the products? Yes. Would I love to find who is making the products for them? Absolutely. Will we find that? I don't know, but I would love to dive into that for sure.
They got to be science-backed products. Hopefully they're manufacturing their own products, not just white label.
Except Modere is not.
They're investing in new markets. They're hiring talented people for the corporate team. That's a good.
I love how he's spinning all the things that are happening at Modere. Corporate people are leaving and have been leaving for quite some time. There was somebody that just left the other day. I can't remember the name of the person, but they had been a part of Modere for a very, very long time. They just left for another company as a part of the corporate team. So I love how he's spinning this. Are you launching new products? And they have new products coming. You know, are you hiring new and innovative people in corporate positions? Well, they're having to hire new people because people are leaving. Do you see how he's spinning this? I find this so fascinating.
That's a green flag, right? A red flag would be they're firing everybody. They're getting rid of products. They're not bringing on new products. They're not bringing on new hires. They're not opening new countries. They're shutting down countries. That old company that I was with that I told you about, they shut down all of Europe. That's a red flag. Obviously, if a company goes affiliate, red flag. Now, if a company has an affiliate side, that's fine. That's awesome. That's what we've been talking about this for a decade. We're affiliate marketing on steroids.
Except you're not. You're a multi-level marketing company that you want people to think is affiliate marketing because it gets you around the, is this a multi-level marketing company conversation? And it is. You can call it social retail, John. You can call it whatever you want. There are two sides to the comp plan. And remember just a few minutes ago when he said, you know, just because you can recruit, or I don't remember how he worded it. He said basically you should recruit if you want to make money. You cannot say that you are a part of a multi-level marketing company and that you're only participating in the affiliate side. Participating or being a distributor in a multi-level marketing company, you are participating in an unethical business model. Whether you recruit or not, it doesn't matter. You're a part of that company. That company is unethical. You are a part of an unethical business plan that takes advantage of people. People lose money. They lose time. They lose energy. You can't just say, oh, I only participate in this side. You're a part of the company. That company is made up of that business plan, that comp plan. Just because you haven't recruited anybody does not mean that you aren't participating in an unethical business. That's what multi-level marketing is. So that's fascinating to me that he's saying this. If a company goes affiliate, it's a red flag. MLMers hate affiliate models because they remove the forced or the unduly influenced piece of the recruiting structure within the company. John is, I think, extremely unhinged here because companies are moving towards ethical business models, actual affiliate marketing. And guess what? The jig is up, John. We all see what is going on. I've never seen him this unhinged before, and I've seen him pretty unhinged. I have never seen him to this extent. This is screaming desperation. This is screaming, oh, I'm going to give you all of the ways that I think Modere is a green flag, and I'm going to act like I'm adding value and that I'm helping people and I'm moving the industry forward. And really, it's just a recruiting pitch. That's what we're watching here.
You can make money without recruiting. That's how every comp plan should be. But if a company gets rid of the team building aspect, that is a giant. That is maybe the most unethical thing I've ever seen when these companies just completely decimate someone's business and just steal their downline.
Oh my God. So it couldn't be the people that are paying to play to be a part of a multi-level marketing company. That couldn't be the most unethical part of this. No, no, no. The unethical part is when a company decides to, go to an affiliate model and get rid of the recruiting aspect and get rid of the pressure for people to recruit in order to make money. That's the most ethical part. John, I think your morals are a little twisted. That's wild.
Like, hey, we're just going to pay you on your personal sales. Maybe we'll even pay you on your front line. Like, ew. So the people I've been mentoring and working with for the last decade, 2 decades, are just going to take that from me? You know, those companies are the worst. And I feel sorry for all the people that were in Beachbody and Rodan and Fields and some of these companies. Just horrible. Now, the good news is most companies are not going to do that. I'm telling you, I am friends with a lot of people that are in the industry, that are in other companies, that you know, owners and all. I'm just telling you, this is not a common thing. People say every company's going to do this. Not true. It's not true at all.
Not a common thing, but how many companies have we seen in the last, I don't know, let's say year? A lot. And a lot of big companies that have been around for a very long time. John, are you scared? I mean, if I had access to Moder's financials, I would probably be scared too. Yeah.
But you know what? There's going to be some negative Nancy out there trying to tell you that, oh, it's going to happen to every company. I'm telling you for a fact, 100%. But you think Amway's going to go affiliate? You see what I'm saying? Herbalife's just going to go. No, that's not going to happen.
People probably said the same thing about Beachbody. They probably said the same thing about Rodan and Fields. They probably said the same thing about many companies. And here we are.
Most companies are not going to go affiliate. The ones that do, they were probably dead in the water anyway. They were dead in the water because they were just a giant, you know, hype fest. It's like they grew.
Is that the pot calling the kettle black?
During the hype, they grew during the beginning, but they did not invest in innovation, new products, new markets, hiring new people. They didn't invest in the field. That is a problem. And in many cases, sometimes it's actually the leaders of the company's fault because they're squeezing every dime out of the company and all they care about is we got to pay out the most. We got to pay out the most. Again, I can't reiterate this enough. If a company says they pay out the most, they probably have overpriced, horrible products with bad ingredients. So you got to take the good with the bad. You can pay out the most money, but people are going to make less money in a company that pays out the most money because you're not going to have as much value in the other places like customer service, international expansion, product development. There's got to be a balance. This should be common sense. It should be common sense. And again, be very careful because the company says, oh, we pay 50%. And then you find out they only pay 50% on the first order. Do you see what I'm saying? Companies use certain things in the comp plan as a...
By the way, if you're not subscribed to DC's channel, you should be. I watched a members only video last night and I'm really excited. I don't know if that's gone public yet. Has it, DC? Real excited about it. It's a great video.
Recruiting tool. Like, we pay out the most money. They're saying that to recruit people. But once you get in, if everyone went out and maxed out that comp plan, the company would go broke.
Go subscribe to DC's channel. Do it. It's a great video. It was so good.
And then they change the comp plan, which also happens, which is another red flag if companies are changing the comp plan, especially all the time. Like, sure, if they change it in the beginning, I kind of understand that because until it's like tested, they don't really know if the comp plan is good or not, right? So I get that. If a company's making changes because they're realizing they were too heavy, you know, with paying out the leaders, but not the people selling the product or like the mid-level, like it is hard, right? Because again, this is why companies have all these structure requirements because it creates breakage in the comp plan. So again, these are the things you should consider. And here's one of the biggest ones too, the system. What is the system that's in place?
Oh yeah. Tell us about ATM.
Because
John.
when I see these leaders that do Zoom calls all day, every day, that is exhausting. That's exhausting. If your opportunity is that good, why can't you just watch a pre-recorded video? Why does it have to be like I have to physically be on there selling you on the idea? If it's that good, I should be able to just watch a video on my own time. Now, that doesn't mean that the leaders shouldn't jump into the trenches. This is why we teach ATM. Add them to a group, tag them in a video, set up a group message so they can meet other leaders. Like if I talk to someone, I want to talk to them preferably after they've watched the video. Now, if they haven't watched the video, I'm going to point them to the video, watch the video, so I have something to talk to them about. So I can answer the questions about the compensation, the products, getting started. Now, if they watch the video and they have zero interest, well, then good. We didn't have to waste our time. But when I see these people, they're like Zoom calls all day, every day. Now, if you're in launch mode, that's different. If you're launching You got to do what you got to do. But if you're 5 years into your business and that's how you're building, you're doing all these Zooms and webinars and three-way calls and having to physically leave your house all the time and having to get on live with people all the time, like you're going to burn your people out. I see people get burnt out that aren't even using that system, right? They're doing ATM, they're doing automation, they're doing, like a lot of and they're still getting burnt out. So, again, these are all the things you gotta watch out for. You gotta consider these things. And by the way, if you're watching this, you're going, ugh, like he's kind of calling my company out or kind of calling me out for something. Like, okay, that's why I'm doing the video, to help you get better.
No, you're doing the video because you're trying to recruit them under the guise that you have the systems and the leadership and all these things in place so that if they're not winning over there, they can win on Modere, right? Except no, they're not going to.
To help you understand compensation, understand behavior, model, recognition. And when I say model, like the model matters, right? What is the model that's in place for people to grow a business and make money from
By the way, if you like the stream, thank you, Eliza, for reminding everybody. Appreciate you.
home? If someone can make money promoting the brand, building a customer base, retaining customers, getting customer referrals, like imagine if you could show someone how they can make a full-time income. Now, it might take them 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 5 years. I don't know. It depends on the person, right? Depends on what that person brings to the table. What's their work ethic like? Are they tenacious, consistent? Are they a good human? Do they have integrity? Are they consistent? Do they have strong desire? If they do, I mean, listen, if you could show someone how to build a customer base of like 100 to 200 customers and make a full-time income. Now, for some of you, you might go, whoa, that's a lot. Is it though? Is it that hard to find 100 to 200 people that just want to lose weight, look younger, feel better, whatever your company's products are?
Except the company's products aren't going to do that because these companies don't have scientific evidence to show that they do what these reps claim. So what do you mean? Is it really that hard to find 100 and 200 people? He's trying to relate to everybody. Oh my God.
Most of us are probably into health and wellness, anti-aging, skincare, consumable, something that has to do with like, helping people improve their energy, the way they look, the way they feel, something along those lines, right? Getting healthier, whatever. Makeup, oils, whatever you're selling, lotions, potions, pills, water filters, skincare, hair care, cleaning products, knives, bowls, beads, pots, pans, jewelry, legal service, travel service, trading software, whatever you're selling, it shouldn't be that hard to find a couple hundred people that are it's low ticket. Now, if it's high ticket, still you could find 100 to 200 customers. You're just talking to a different demographic. But if it's low ticket, absolutely. You could find 100 to 200 people that just want to use the products every day and they buy them every month.
And if that's you, you should cancel your account with that multi-level marketing company because of people like him. Just cancel it. Contact customer service, cancel your account, find a dupe for something similar that you're looking for that actually has scientific backing and studies and shows evidence that whatever you're taking does what it's supposed to do,
Teach people how to do that. The first time I made 6 figures in 1 month, it was in February or maybe it might have been March of 2017.
2017. It's 2025, John. Let's see the trend of your paychecks because I bet it's declining.
You know how big my team was to make $100,000 in a month? You know how big my team was? I want you to guess in the comments. This is going to help you.
Thanks, Blair.
What I'm teaching you right now could help you immensely. Smash the heart button if you're loving this. If you really love it, tag your upline.
Tag your upline?
If you really love it, share this.
Why? Why would you want them to tag their upline so that you can bring them in on a bridge contract? This is so obvious to me what he's doing here.
With your upline. Share this with your company. I had a team of 1,500 people. Not a binary plan, not because I had a power leg. No, I built the whole thing. Nothing was ever given to me. Not one person was ever given to me. That team of 1,500 people did 1.5 million in revenue. So the beauty of what I'm teaching you is you can build a smaller team that produces more revenue, make more money with less people. again, you can build a smaller team that does more revenue, make more money with less people, and by the way, have more people on your team making money. 100. Now, you got to have a lot more than 100 people to make 6 figures a month.
He can say whatever he wants here. But the income disclosure statement from O'Dare, which I don't think I even included in this video description, I'll add it after this, does not show this, what he's saying here. Oh, God.
No, that was my total team, Mike. My entire organization was a team of 1,500 people. But because our average customer spends $100 and our average social marketer, or you could say distributor, affiliate, ambassador, whatever people call them in their companies, has 10 customers. So again, let me say it again. The average customer spends $100. The average social marketer has 10 customers. So if you have a team of 100 people, you should do 100,000 in volume. A team of 1,000 people, $1 million in volume. Now you might say 1,000 is a lot. Yeah, making $1 million is a lot too. I mean, I'm sorry. Someone might say 100 people is a lot. Making $100,000 a year is a lot of money. That's just the way it goes. But I've got people that have made 100,000 in a year, or 50,000 in a year, or 80,000 in a year, just from personal sales, without recruiting, without a team. Now,
How many? Be specific. If you're going to use this as an example, you should have actual numbers. You should have data, information, something concrete. I have people, how many? One?
now, they might be recruiting and building a team. And think about it. How much easier is it to teach your team to get customers if you're getting 10 customers a month, 20 customers a month, 100 customers a month? By the way, this is why I'm doing the Rank Up, Bank Up boot camp. 6 weeks, myself and Michelle Churchill, the #1 recruiter and the #1 seller in my entire team.
I think I'm going to cover Michelle Churchill soon. I actually have all of my March content already planned out, live streams and edited videos. So it'll probably be down the road, but I've seen her a couple times on TikTok, and nothing says that you are so successful in a multi-level marketing company like holding up a paper on a TikTok live with your website handwritten. And guys, here, you go here and you check out. And then when you do, I'm going to need you to message me here and here and let me know that you signed up and bought the product. Nothing says success like a handwritten, here's my website, everybody. So she's coming. Although I know some, okay, let me ask you guys a question. Has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. Consider this like a palate cleanser moment, if you will, because he's a lot. How many of you love deep dives? Let me know in the comments. Or if you're part of the replay crew, let me know if you like deep dives. Not even a QR code. Nope, just here you go. You guys love deep dives. Oh, good, because I have one coming. I'm gonna let you know right now. It is coming out. Let me look at my calendar again. It is coming out on March 17th on St. Patrick's Day. And if you have not watched Apple Cider Vinegar on Deep Dive on Netflix, you should. You should. So that is coming on the 17th. I obviously have other videos coming before then, but I wanted to give y'all a heads up. That is coming on St. Patrick's Day. I'm very excited about it. I have my script already ready. I have the majority of the information and screenshots and things that I need already ready. So that is coming. I can't wait for you guys to see it. All right, let's get back to him, I guess.
Is number one recruiter in the world in our company. She recruited like 150 people last year. She did like 700,000 in personal sales. She brought in well over 100 customers every month last year, and still does today. Her and I are going to partner up for this Rank Up, Bank Up boot camp.
This is a good question, Wendy. Thank you for bringing this up. Yes. Hold on, I have to send this text. I'm sorry. My husband's on his way home. Apple cider vinegar, cancer. cancer content warning, trigger warning, medical misinformation. So coffee enemas, alternative treatments, scamming. That is the direction. So yeah, so please prepare for that.
It starts in April. So if you want to get on the waiting list, drop VIP in the comments. VIP in the comments, and you'll get on our VIP waiting list. We'll give you the link. It's My Lifestyle Academy.
And there we have it. There we have it. This is the real pitch. His, in my opinion, scam coaching program. Drop VIP in the comments for our Rank Up, Bank Up boot camp. Now, the real money in MLMs isn't in selling products. It's in recruiting and or selling coaching on how to survive the scam, again, in my opinion. Why isn't his training free if he actually wants people to succeed? If he's actually really interested in helping the MLM industry, if you will, move forward, why aren't these things free? And he himself said that he doesn't have a lot of customers, but his team has a lot of customers. So the real money isn't in selling the product, it's in selling the dream of selling the product. And if that doesn't work out, oh, you can always be an MLM coach and sell a course to people that are being taken advantage of, trying to outwork the MLM model. And that's just not how any of this works. I'm actually not going to show anymore because I'm not going to allow him to, I'm not going to promote his website and his course and all of that stuff because that's not what I'm going to do here. But anyways, have y'all ever seen John Melton, this Unhinged? Because I definitely have not. It's been quite some time since, well, no, I've seen him unhinged, but not to this extent. Berate us into a funnel. It's exactly what he's doing. Exactly. But at the beginning of this, and thank you for this, DC. I appreciate you.
All right, stop, collaborate, and listen.
Appreciate you. At the beginning of this, he was talking about he just wants to do this because he's trying to, help the industry and he's trying to provide value. But at the end, now there's a pitch for his course or his VIP or his next whatever it is through his funnel. And I do believe that his whatever it's called is a funnel. And I think that's where he finds leaders to bring in on bridge contracts and so on and so forth. So anyways, what did y'all think? We made it through it. Most of it. I mean, there's only a couple minutes left, but that was John Melton. And by the way, don't go to John's website. Go to mine. Right here, that Avery Jo made. She made this website. You need a website made? Hit up Avery Jo. My website is erinbees.com. If you have something that you want me to see, you can contact me there. If you want to message me on Instagram, @TheRealBeastMode. Beast spelled like my last name, B-I-E-S. If you are interested in working with me as your personal trainer, message me through my website. And yeah, again, if you need a website made, Avery Jo is a person to go to. Okay, that was smooth and I'm here for it. Yeah, love it. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you so much. And if you have not already liked and subscribed to the channel, if you would do that, that would be amazing. And if you have not checked out Monday's video, I highly suggest it. I'm starting to tiptoe into unethical fitness influencers and debunking what they're saying. I started on Monday with Eric Caraway, Kelsey Ray's. I'm not even sorry. I love that, Avery Jo. Their next level results program. People are going to get injured. So if you have not already watched that, you should go back and check it out. I believe it's over an hour long. If you're looking for a long video this evening, I don't know if anybody else is live, but go support other content creators, like their videos, comment, all of that stuff. Subscribe to their channel if you're not already. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you for all of your comments. I appreciate you guys taking the time to be here with me as I run my mouth on the internet. Can't wait for you guys to see the video coming out on Friday, which is on Fix, P-H-I-X. Remember the matured hops garbage? Yeah, that's coming on Friday. Anyways, thank you again for being here. I'll see you guys on the next video. Don't join an MLM. Don't fall for this stuff. And for the love of God, Don't get into John's funnel. Okay? All right. Bye, everybody.